Hello, welcome to Trish Polish. I'm Trish, and my goal is to swatch as much of the nail polish in Japan as I possibly can. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in seeing, please consider subscribing. If not, that's okay too. It's still nice to see you. Today I've got swatches for you from Jean Tokyo. That is another brand that's found at Daiso stores here in Japan, so that's going to put the price point at about 100 yen per bottle or $1 per bottle. I'll talk a little bit more about the brand as well as some of my thoughts on it after the swatches. We've got 8 different polishes to look at today, so that's kind of a lot, so I'm going to stop talking and let's get swatching.
I should probably start out by saying that this brand also has a base coat and a top coat, so I will be using both of those today as well. First up today we have the shade Shimmer Pink. In Japanese, the name is Dame Pink, and dame can mean glitter or shimmer or anything that sparkles. And the little silver shimmers that are in this polish are definitely not glitters, so I went with Shimmer Pink. All of these polishes have a medium wide brush, so application was pretty smooth. For the first coat here of this pink polish, I will say that it was patchy in spots, and it was a little difficult to get even. But if the brush were any smaller, I'm afraid that would have been even worse, so I'm really glad this has a bigger brush on it. Going back in with a second coat, I was able to cover up most of the patchy spots, but I thought that the polish was still pulling in some areas. I tried really hard to float my brush over the nail instead of globbing it on, but yeah, you can still see visible nail line pretty bad on my ring finger. And I feel like on the third coat, I was really able to cover up most of the visible nail line, even out some of the patchiness, and give the polish an overall squishier look. So I was happy with 3 coats of this one. In the swatch photo, you'll see 3 coats of Shimmer Pink and Jean Tokyo's top coat. Next up, we have the shade Nuance Purple. I guess I would describe this shade as a smoked out dusty purple. I don't really know what nuance means, but it's a pretty color. In the first coat, you can see it is going on a little patchy, but that was probably just my application because when I had more polish on the brush, it did go on smoother. Still a little patchy, but a lot smoother. And again, struggling with my ring finger, but who's surprised? For the second coat, I was a lot more comfortable with the polish, so I put a lot more on my brush and was able to even out the coverage really nicely. I believe this is actually a true creme polish. And again with this one, the wider brush really helped with application. I thought it went on really nicely. I can't decide what season I'd put this color in though. What do y'all think? I kind of think it could be a fall color, but I kind of think it could be a spring color. I don't know. Comment down below and let me know what you think. In the swatch photo, you'll see 2 coats of Nuance Purple with the Jean Tokyo top coat. Next up today we have the shade Olive, which is a super pretty deep olive green creme. So you can see right here in the first couple of strokes that the coverage on this polish is really nice. And again, the wider brush does help with that, but I really thought the color payoff on this particular shade was just really, for $1, it's amazing. I didn't have any running or pulling at all, and I thought the application was really smooth. I did go back in with a second coat to even out the color, cover up some of those bald patches, and really make the color pop. But again, overall super smooth application, and this is just a stunning color. Honestly, I would pay way more than $1 for a polish that looks like this. It's just really pretty, y'all. Gosh, look at the color! In the swatch photo, you'll see 2 coats of Olive with the Jean Tokyo top coat. Moving on, we have the shade White, which is actually not a milky white, it is a stark white creme. Pay no attention to the busted bottle, remember this polish was $1. So I'm not going to say that I judge a brand by the way their white polishes go on, but I also kind of judge a brand by the way their white polishes go on. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, this one went on great. I found I got the best coverage when I had just a little more polish on the brush than I normally would. It helped make it a little less streaky, you know? I was able to get this polish opaque in 2 coats. Floating the polish on here in the second coat really helped to even out the color, get rid of the streakiness and the bald spots, and make this polish everything you could ask for in a white polish. And I know I say this about 100 times per video, but y'all, this polish was $1. $1 and it covers like this. I can't. I will absolutely reach for this polish. Look at it. In the swatch photo, you'll see 2 coats of white with Jean Tokyo's top coat. Straight from the white, let's go into the black. The formula on the black here is actually a little thinner compared to the other polishes, and it is obviously not a 1-coat black. But if I put a little bit more polish on the brush than I normally would, I got better coverage, but it's still not there in 1 coat. I mean, it's almost there, but not quite. But I was able to get it decently opaque in 2 coats, I think. Is it as impressive as the white? Nah. Does it get the job done? For sure. And maybe it's just me, but this polish had a jelly feel to it. So the more coats you put on, I feel like the color would get deeper. If you put the polish on really thin in 1 coat, I wonder if you could use this for a jelly sandwich. That sounds like it requires investigation, and I should get on that. In the swatch photo, you'll see 2 coats of black with Jean Tokyo's top coat. Next up is silver. Okay, so don't think I'm weird, but this polish reminded me of the unicorn blood from Harry Potter. Anyone else? Just me? Okay. I think this is a mostly clear base with just a crap ton of silver shimmer. Like, it is so packed with shimmer that it looks like a metallic. Like, I would call this a metallic silver. It looks really sheer here in this first coat, but honestly, in person, there's just so much going on that it was really hard to tell if it was patchy or is it reflecting something. Anyway, I decided to go in for 2 coats just in case. Application was really smooth on this, but it's one of those polishes that I consider hard to apply because you can't really see if there's any bald spots until you're shining a giant studio light on it. And even then, it's so reflective, it's hard to see any spots you've missed. It did get decently opaque in 2 coats. I don't know that I would go in for a third. I think the second one is enough, especially with all the reflective stuff going on. Like, you can't really tell if there's any bald spots anyway, so just go with 2 coats. This gives me late 90s Spice Girls vibes, and I'm kinda here for it. In the swatch photo, you'll see 2 coats of silver with Jean Tokyo's top coat. Next up, we have gold. This one has a clear base with a crap ton of warm gold shimmer, a little bit of glitter, and y'all, it's got hollow in it. Do you see the hollow? I see hollow. I was the most excited about this one just because of the way it looks in the bottle. It is so pretty. That being said, it was super sheer on the first coat. The application was really smooth though, and I didn't have to work at all to get those hollow glitters out. Going in for this second coat here, I kind of knew in my head that this was going to end up being a 3-coater polish, but at the same time, I was totally okay with that because this color is like a party on your nails, and the hollow's like a disco ball. Could there be more hollow? Always. Was I expecting hollow in a dollar store polish? No. Absolutely not. I was able to get coverage mostly where I wanted it here in the third coat. I suppose you could sponge this one on if you just really wanted that like solid wall of glitter on your finger, but I don't know, I kind of like that it's a little sheer. And honestly, with all of the lights hitting it, there's just a lot going on with this polish, so I think 3 coats is enough. Woo, she's sparkly. In the swatch photo, you'll see 3 coats of gold with Jean Tokyo's top coat. And in the second swatch photo, you'll see 3 coats of gold with a matte top coat. Last up, but certainly not least, is Bordeaux. On camera, it's looking a lot more pink than it looks in real life. Like, holding the bottle, I can see that it's got a ton of blue in it. It almost looks like a magenta. This polish goes on like a dream though. Look at how smooth the application is. This is another polish that reminds me of cinnamon candy and makes me want to eat my fingernails. Just kindly ignore the shoddy application on my ring finger. It hates me. In 2 coats, this polish was nice, glossy, juicy, everything you could want from a red nail polish. And again, 0 problems with application. Application was smooth, it went on like a dream. I can totally see myself reaching for this polish again because it's just really pretty. Compared to the red in the Hello Kitty and Friend swatch video, I think this one is a deeper, kind of like a more sophisticated adult-like red, if that makes sense. Then again, maybe I'm just reading into it because the name is Bordeaux and not red. In the swatch photo, you'll see 2 coats of Bordeaux with Jean Tokyo's top coat.
So what do you think? Yeah? No? Leave me a comment below and let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these dollar store polishes that we've been looking at. So far, I think the quality's been better than I thought a dollar store polish would be. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but better than I thought it would be. So my favorite polish, again this time, was the green color, Olive. Like, I didn't realize I had a thing for green polishes, but apparently I do. I don't know. Anyway, it's just really, really beautiful, and I didn't have a polish this color in my collection, so welcome. Welcome to the fam, Olive. Since this is the first time for us to look at this brand together, I did want to give you a little bit more information about them as a company. Jean Tokyo is a brand that is available at Daiso stores nationwide in Japan, and looking at their website, it looks like they also make other cosmetics besides nail polish. The site is in Japanese, but here is a rough translation of their concept. Everyone knows the phrase, money can't buy happiness. In today's chaotic society, individuality has been abandoned and people try to find the beauty of life in the concept of cooperation. Undoubtedly, the result is a society that is unbalanced. Happiness is something that should be in the beautiful way of life that human beings live, and should never be determined by relative values. Everyone has the right to a beautiful life. So basically what I got from that is they want to provide beauty products to people at an affordable price point, which is that's a good concept to have, right? If you're curious, I will link their Instagram page as well as their homepage down below. Keep in mind that it is in Japanese, but you don't really need Japanese to look at pretty nail art pictures. Each of the polishes come in 8ml bottles, so that's a little bit bigger than the Hello Kitty polishes. Another thing I thought was really good was that this brand lists each polish and its ingredients on their website, so check that out if you're interested. Each of the polishes comes with a medium wide brush, so application is pretty smooth, I'd say. There's also a crap load of colors. And the biggest plus is that all of the polishes are $1. So what do I think? Overall, some of these polishes can hold their own against more expensive polishes, which is pretty interesting to me. Would I be mad at a $10 patchy pink nail polish? Absolutely. Have I paid $10 for a patchy pink nail polish? Yeah. So overall, I'd say Daiso is killing it with these dollar polishes. I promise, one day I'll show something other than dollar store polishes, but right now I'm on a roll. And there's one other brand that I kind of want to look at the dollar store before we move on, but I promise one day we'll move on to a different kind of polish. Today's not that day. Before you go today, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And also, please consider subscribing. I try to put out new videos every Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a wonderful week.